please let us know in the chat if you'd like to ask a question. And we'll start with Lean St. James.
David, what appealed to you about coming to Detroit?
Well, I mean, first of all, the moment you get a call from Steve Yzerman, it catches your attention right away. Obviously, I had several options that I was bouncing around in my head with my agent, my family, and everyone. But I think the Red Wings are a team with, obviously, with some of the signings that happened today too. I think they're ready to take a next step in their evolution as a team, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Just in the couple of games you played against last season, what stood out to you? Kind of what jumped out at you about where they're at?
Yeah, well, I mean, the two young guys coming up at a great season. Obviously, Larkin, his speed up in the middle is something that can really do a lot of damage. I saw that with a couple of guys in St. Louis with their speed, and I think he's a great player. And I mean, it's funny. And now I've played with Husso, the goalie, Sundqvist, Fabry, Waldman, and those are guys I exchanged text message already. And obviously, looking forward anytime you get familiar faces to join a group. We kind of some of us won together there in St. Louis, and would like to kind of bring some of that success in Detroit.
I don't know how much Steve intimated to you everything he was planning to do today, but what kind of statement did it make to you? There was just one signing after another. I mean, he really addressed a lot of situations, a lot of spots.
Yeah, no, it's definitely impressive. I mean, Andrew, obviously, Cup had great playoffs when he joined the Rangers, who had a great finish to the year. And same thing with Chariot. Like I think he's a really physical player, tough to play against. Those guys are definitely just going to add a lot of positive to the team, a lot of momentum that you want to have in games. And again, like it's just I wanted to be a part of a solution. And I felt like I could have the opportunity to kind of show my leadership and kind of show what kind of player I can be. I know I'm getting older, but I still have a lot to prove in my head.
Lastly, did you just want to sign a contract with somebody in other teams? I think I saw somewhere every contract you signed with the Blues.
No, I mean, obviously we were trying to make it work for a while with the Blues, but it didn't work out. And I'm excited to be with the Red Wings. That's what I'm here to talk about, obviously, today. And I think it's special anytime a guy like Steve Yzerman calls you. Again, it catches your attention big time. You want to hear what his plan's all about. Kind of through my agent and everyone. I just felt like it was the right move. I know Sean Orkoff a little bit, played with him in Anaheim as well, and kind of had the good intention from them that they were really trying to do what they end up doing today, and it's exciting.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Sarkhan.
Yeah, hi David. What are you hoping to bring to the team on the ice? Some of the elements. I know obviously the scoring and the grit are certainly two elements that this team needs.
No, I think two of them right there for sure. I think throughout my career, I've showed that I got a lot better defensively. I was for a better part of the last 4 years playing with Ryan O'Reilly in the top line in St. Louis. Had assignment on both sides of the puck with a minute left at times, either trying to score or not get score. And it's something that over the years I've been taking a lot of pride. I've really taken a step in that regard. So definitely I want to show that. I want to help the young guys take steps forward too. I think that's very important for the organization. It's the value of the older guys, the type of culture they want to build. Obviously I'm going to show up and just kind of be one of the guys to start, but then you kind of try and instill some of the stuff that you've learned over the years to help the team out. You see some of the strides Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, those guys have taken over the last couple of years. And in my mind, hopefully I'm in a little bit of a way, I help them become those guys, and hopefully they keep getting better.
Thank you.
Yep.
Kevin Allen.
Yeah, David, you're obviously a veteran, experienced player. And when you first started thinking about free agency, did you think about the Red Wings, and were you a little surprised that a rebuilding team, called you, or what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I find it funny to hear the word rebuild in a way after the experience that I lived in Vegas. I mean, I'm not sure how long it is at times to just turn a team around. You need the guys to feel important in their role. everyone pulling the rope together. I know it's the cliches, but I lived it firsthand in Las Vegas when we went to the Stanley Cup final. I learned big time there, and I think it's something that I can, some of those little experiences I can bring, and this team is definitely ready to start competing on a regular basis for playoffs, and who knows what can happen from there.
How did Steve sort of sell you on the idea of coming there versus maybe, going to an established contender?
I mean, well, first of all, it's pretty simple. When you start hearing some of the guys he was trying to bring in, and he didn't say names necessarily, but just kind of some of the position and kind of you expect the guys exactly like he signed. Those are guys I'm sure many teams called on, and they end up signing with Detroit. So I was really excited to have the opportunity. I had a couple options, different ways, term, all that stuff, but I ended up picking Detroit. I'm pretty excited.
You were on a couple of teams, obviously, that surprised some people. Is that you're obviously not you're undaunted by the challenge of being part of all that?
No, I'm not at all. I think it's just important to get in, find an identity as a team. I'm not exactly sure, obviously, of all that because I haven't been in the room, but I'm really excited for training camp already to get going and start building that. Sometimes it can take a lot of months. Sometimes it can take in a little bit sooner than we think. I hope the guys that have been around the team for a few years, several years, are excited with the guys coming in. Some guys would experience a lot of games in the league, and we just want to come in there and support the leadership group and just add to that and help the team get to another level.
Thank you, and welcome to Detroit.
Thank you. Max
Boltman.
Hey, David, you mentioned kind of Sean Horkoff indicating that they were trying to pull off something like this today. Can you tell us a little more about kind of how those communications went and what they told you about their plans?
Well, it was more through my agent because it was starting to move pretty quickly here at the end today. But that's just how it went. I mean, I just kind of trust my agent to the process and flip every stone for me at times. They didn't call me directly, but I just kind of had somewhat of a conversation through them. Those are guys that I really trust in the hockey world, and not just for me, and I think many people in the hockey world. And just an exciting time, I think, to join a team that's ready to kind of come up a level or two and really start turning heads.
This is a team that has certainly been looking for help on the power play for a couple of years here. Is that a part of your game that you think will fit right away?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something that we see in training camp. It might take some games during the season. Hopefully not. You see teams that go on a good run on the power play, they usually start the year pretty well. If you start behind the 8 ball and you have to dig yourself out of a hole, it's pretty tough to come back, have a good season. I think with the Blues last year, we had the best power play in the history of the team, and I think I was part of that solution, and it's something that I want to help for sure. It's something I've taken a lot of pride in. I can help. I think open up different plays, just kind of with the vision, looking at video and talking with the coaches. I think that we can break down other teams, and I'm looking forward to work with the coaches with that.
And then last thing for me, you've played against Ben Sherratt for a number of years now. What are the biggest things that he brings to this blue line now?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get beat easily. He's extremely physical, big guy. Like when I saw that, obviously it just kind of adds to the exact excitement. You hear about what the team's trying to do, but you're not sure it's going to all come together. And as you keep scrolling Twitter and your heart rate's at 160 the whole day, but once now it's done and over with, and I'm excited. And I think those guys are great additions.
Thanks very much. Welcome to Detroit.
Thank you.
Art Regner.
Hi, David. You're certainly a young man, but you're a veteran NHL player. And I believe, off the top of my head, you will be the oldest player on the team. And I'm kind of curious, you've talked about your leadership and your abilities. Who were some of your mentors when you were first breaking into the league, that guys that maybe when you're off the Zoom call, you might give a call to and say, hey, thanks for helping me out along the way?
Well, the spot that I'm in, I guess if I'm the older guys, I didn't even know that. I guess you just told me. but it was similar last year. I think the oldest guy on the team in St. Louis was Bozak last year, Tyler Bozak. I mean, just throughout the years, I've learned from so many guys, and even younger guys, younger leaders that I've kind of showed me even as an older guy how to get better too. I played with a guy in Anaheim, Ryan Getzlaff, obviously just retired. Definitely one of the guys I look up to the most for a lot of things. He's so calm in many ways through good and bad situation. I think getting into the league, a guy like Keith Tkachuk kind of showed me the ways a lot. I think back in the day, 2007, 2008, those years, it was a lot different. But the young guys, they were a lot harder on us than we can be nowadays. And it's just kind of the reality of the new world, which is totally fine with me. And again, I think I've helped out a lot with the young guys that we had in St. Louis, and I'm looking forward to know those guys and kind of slowly but surely do the same thing.
If something needs to be said, are you more than willing to say it, or do you try to, kind of ease yourself into that situation?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure the first day is necessarily the right time to do it. Yeah, I think you have to kind of earn your way and kind of show what you're all about a little bit. And obviously, guys trust the experience, the amount of years you've been in the league. And again, I'm just going to get a feel for it. I'm sure there's leaders already in this room that are vocal, some not as much. And it was very much the same in other teams I played on. And sometimes you just kind of react to however you have to react to. Like if a guy in St. Louis was more quiet as a leader, then maybe I was ending up talking more than that. But if there's emotional guys in the room, if guys are talking enough, sometimes you don't have to pile on. And that's how I approach the leadership, really.
Great. Thank you very much. Welcome to Detroit. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Audrey Dahlgren.
Hey, David, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Detroit, I guess, officially. I wanted to go back to what you were mentioning about how there's so many guys here on this team that you played with and that you know in St. Louis. You want to build this new culture with them, but how do you make sure that you don't make it like, St. Louis Blues 2.0 type of situation here in Detroit, but you build a new culture here with everybody?
Yeah, well, I think every team you play on, there's a lot to learn and to bring. And definitely there's a lot of positive from those teams. I think Sonny and I and Fabs and Hoos and Wally all have good relationships together. And we're not trying to make it the Blues. We're trying to create our own identity, and it will be what it will be. But again, I'm just looking forward to kind of step in the locker room once a couple of days of training camp, all those testings and everything over with. And I'm sure most of the guys aren't necessarily looking forward to that day, but after that, getting to know the guys, starting to create our own identity, like you said. And it's not really about looking back; it's just learning from your experience, and you can share that with other guys at times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last question, Jim Thomas.
Hello, David.
Hi, Jim.
After 11 years with the Blues, how tough is it to leave St. Louis, and what will you miss most about playing here?
Yeah, it'll be pretty tough. But I mean, I'll miss the guys, I think, the most, definitely. Over the last 11 years at different times, been on the team on and off, but the last 4 years were extremely special. I think I was able to build myself as a player and as a leader, and more than just kind of the player I was the first time around. I had a lot to prove, and I still do. And really, at the end of the day, it'll be the guys. I think just walk around town too. I think the fans were extremely special. It's a great organization, and that's what it is.
Have you talked to O'Reilly today or texted him? Or
we were at a wedding last weekend together, and we spoke a bunch there. So I mean, I think he's letting me be, unless he sent me a message. I've probably got 300-400 of them right now, but I'm sure I'll end up talking to him over the next several days. He's gonna give me some room. Obviously, a guy that I have a lot to thank for just being able to play on his line. Extremely good leader, captain of the team. He's only going to keep getting better, in my opinion. He works so hard at it, and I'm proud that I was his teammate.
At the end of the day, was it just the Blues, kind of their cap picture? They're kind of hemmed in some ways that prevented you from returning to them?
That's not for me, that question. You can ask the other guy.
Okay. Well, David, good luck to you. It was a pleasure dealing with you, man.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. See you around.
All right, those were all the questions we had. David, thanks so much for your time today. That'll be all for us this
Thank you.
afternoon.
Yeah, sounds good. Have a good one. Thank you.